I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20 to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year, I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
We got the vibe, we got the flow. Jeff Foxx, taking you behind the mic, keeping you in the know. Where the real stories are told. Where the truth and the soul unfold. Now you know it's the Jeff Foxx Show. Behind the Mic Podcast.
Hey, this is Raheem DeVaughn, and you're listening to the Jeff Foxx Show, Behind the Mic Podcast. Keep it locked right here.
Now today, we're going to talk to one of the smoothest voices in modern R&B. They call him the Love King. I'm talking about Raheem DeVaughn. And when you talk about love music, the evolution of R&B, and what keeps soul music alive, this is what Raheem DeVaughn is all about. As a matter of fact, his mission is to restore the intimacy of soul and R&B music. That's what Raheem DeVaughn is all about. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Raheem. Hello there. How are you, my friend?
Hey, what's happening, my brother? How you doing, Jeff?
You know, it's been a minute since I've seen you personally. I saw you live not too long ago with Lettucey. And you were moving around, you were doing your thing. We'll talk about that. But I remember your first project. You came down to the studio in New York, WBLS at that time. Mm-hmm. And we were talking, and I'll never forget, you know, you were talking about the new project. Hey, man, this is a classic.
No, for sure.
Absolutely, man. So how you been? Good to talk to you. I know you've been grinding. We're going to hash it out. We're going to get through the whole thing. Everything good? I know you're busy.
Yeah, everything's been great, man. It's been a great ride. To know that was 20 years ago.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, 20 years ago that the first album dropped.
Yeah.
June 28th last year was the 20th anniversary of the first album, you know, The Love Experience.
Yes.
It's been great. It's been an incredible ride. I'm thankful.
Mm-hmm.
It was one word I had to use and say, you know, to express how I feel. It would be thankful.
Yeah. Now, we're going to take this ride and set it all up so folks can know more about Raheem DeVaughn. First of all, where you from?
Well, I was born, originally in Jersey. My mom went back to D.C., to the Maryland area, when I was an infant. And, I grew up in the DMV area, Graduated from high school in Maryland. And, I grew up listening to WHUR and Melvin Lindsay, the original Quiet Storm.
Yeah, man.
That's where I fell in love with, like, slow jams and that whole format.
What is your musical background as an artist? I heard a long time ago that there is a relationship between you and William DeVaughn.
Actually, a lot of people think that that's my dad, I guess because of the last name.
Yeah.
That's in fact incorrect. My dad is Abdul Wadud, who was a child prodigy legend, a cellist, who went on to teach and do a lot of dope music and had an incredible career, as a jazz musician up until the time he passed. But my dad also suffered from schizophrenia most of his adult life as well. So hence as to why I became a healthcare advocate for mental health through my foundation, which I started in 2012. Since his passing, I've been very supportive and adamant and advocating, for those who can't speak for themselves as it relates to mental health and lobbying down on Congress for better laws and just speaking on mental health awareness among other issues that are out there that we combat along with my Love Life Foundation.
It's interesting. A lot of folks don't know what you're dealing with until we sit down and talk about that. This advocacy is going strong right now.
Absolutely. From mental health to domestic violence to, my work with Gilead as it relates to HIV and talking prevention, awareness, and also treatment. And then conversations about PrEP as well and what it is and how it's out here for anyone who needs access to it and talking to your primary care physician about it and finding out whether it's for you, So whether it's HIV prevention with Gilead, who's been my partner for the last 3 years in the community, I'm about community, they're about community. So it's a perfect alignment. I can ask for a better partner, right? Or if we're talking about mental health or domestic violence or any other social issues, right? Myself and my foundation, we've been here for the community and now doing radio, for the last year and a half in Washington, D.C. is giving me an opportunity to connect with community in a different way than I ever have.
Tell me about your radio job and how that happened.
Oh, man. So I grew up listening to Melvin Lindsay, and now I have the #1 nighttime music show, the show that he started. So I took over the original Quiet Storm. Show's been #1 since I've been on the air. It's a new career path for me, though. It's been a humble journey. I don't have my 10,000 hours in yet. I would definitely say I'm far from a master at it, but I'm definitely a quick learner, and it's something I always have wanted to do. It's giving me now an opportunity I know a lot of times we don't see the solidarity in terms of supporting one another. Right. So it gives me an opportunity to do that. I've always wanted to do radio. Since I was a kid, I wanted to do radio even back 2005 and 2010. And I was always a guy that was like filling in for Donnie Simpson.
Right.
Yeah, just get my feet
You want to
wet,
get behind that microphone, huh?
I wanted to be on the other side of it. Yeah. I just thought it was always just dope and just smooth.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something late at night or do a Quiet Storm, but I never thought in a million years that I would be doing be at HUR. If you told me that I'd be doing that at the age of 10 or 9, this would be my life. I can't say it's anything other than a blessing, and it's been a very humble journey for me thus far.
Now, you actually see both sides of it. As an artist,
yes,
your music coming out of the radio, and as a air personality supporting the artist. I mean, that's interesting to be on both sides of it. So what have you learned as an artist from the radio side? Okay, I'm on the radio and I know different things that most artists don't know because I'm an air personality. So what have you learned?
I learned that whether it's today, 2K, or back in the day, there is a hidden ingredient or magic that lies in a song that's quote unquote a hit. You know what I mean? Because you got some records that come, you hear them for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and they're never to be artists you never hear or see again. And then you hear records that like cut through. And typically it's because those artists have a authenticity to themselves. They have a style. They have a craft that they've like mastered and like worked on or like experimented with. They understand their sound. They know who they are. You know what I mean? So that would be, if it was anything I could tell an artist that's new and that's going to come up where I'm in a position to inspire, it would be like work on your sound, work on that craft, focus on being yourself and making something that sticks out. It's okay to go left when everybody else goes right.
Now you're on the air and you drop one of your songs.
Yeah.
What do you hear as a air personality when a Raheem DeVaughn song plays? I know what I hear. What do you hear when you hear yourself?
This run is real special because, I remade a record that people already know from me 20 years ago. It might appear that that's an easy thing to do,
right?
But it's not an easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy thing to do. Remaking my own song was a challenge for me. You know what I mean? Because the pressure is on times 2 because it's something that people already are familiar with for me. When an artist remakes anyone's song, like some remakes out there that people say, oh man, I could have done without that,
Right.
And I wanted to make sure that I didn't fall victim to that. It was important for me to remake something I had to approach it the same way I would the Ozzy Brother remake that I did, Let's Fall in Love, which was a big record for me. I wanted to make sure that I did this record and captured the nostalgia of what I did 20 years ago, but then show the growth and maturity of where I am now. And I think I accomplished that, and I think that definitely doing radio is definitely give me a cheat code as to how I want to approach records and just making sure that I stay locked in my authenticity while being consistent, because consistency is key too.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20 to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20.
That's right. You're listening to Young Jock in the Streets Morning Takeover, now available as a podcast, hosted by me, Young Jock, your favorite cousin, and Miss Shanika, plus Shawty, as we dive into a world of engaging segments like the Date Dilemma.
So you like a guy from the rougher side of the tracks, like you want a thug.
Yeah, you get me, yeah.
So what you like for a say, come here?
That do sound good.
That was Lord, did you hear though? No, did you hear?
Lord, trip.
Really? That's what you like?
I mean, every once in a while, they don't be meaning it.
Jared with a G, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Call her she might like you a little better.
Okay, let me see here. Well, take your ass back to the hemp.
It sounds pretty natural.
You tried. It still sound like Jared with the G, but...
Hell no. Don't miss out on the fun and the entertainment with your favorite cousin, me, Young Jock. Tune in to Young Jock in the Streets Morning Takeover, available now on your favorite podcast platform.
Are folks coming up to you as the artist, or are they coming up to you as the air personality? Which is taking over?
People are definitely up on me as the radio personality, like in the city, you know what I mean? Like, It's interesting. Like, I've had people go so far as to say, like, hey, I started listening to radio again because you're on a Quiet Storm. Or like, hey, this reminds me of, like, a lot of the elders is really putting up on me is really interesting. And like, hey, like, this reminds me of Melvin. Like, you're doing a good job. You're carrying the torch for Melvin right now.
Nice.
That's a huge weight.
Yes.
But to get those kind words, so early in my career, it's like, okay, this lets me know, like, stay on course. Don't let it get to your head.
Right.
And to be thankful, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm just thankful for the love that I've been getting and how I'm being received.
Do you have a conflict inside now? Is the artist side saying, hey, what about us?
Oh, no, man. Look, I got a top 25 record. We headed for top 10, headed for number 1.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm wearing both hats. I'm not retiring. There's no ceiling over here. I'm just scratching the surface of what I'm about to do. I'm here to inspire. I'm here to lead by example that we can do multiple things. My new album, Quiet Storm Lover 2 May Own, has been out for super fans to purchase it for the last 3 weeks. You know what I mean? The support has been overwhelming. And to buy the art from the artist campaign. That's the campaign right now for me. Buy the art from the artist. That's the hashtag. Shout out to even.biz for providing a platform for artists where we make 80% of the revenue and not just a fraction of a penny for the stream. You know what I mean? So it works the same way that any platform will work, Apple Music, Tidal, or what have you. But the difference is we make 80% of the revenue. You can still stream the music just like you would anywhere else, but it lives there exclusively behind a paywall.
That's because the business has changed so much, so you have to figure out another lane for a revenue stream. Like you say, the streaming, they're not taking care of you, right?
Yeah. It changed when it became subscription based. And ironically, the labels were in on it. They were partners on this subscription based thing. They were investors, you know what I mean? And now that they see the detrimental effect that it's had on the culture and the lack of money that they haven't made either.
It backfired a little bit, huh?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Direct to consumer is back. It's back. Like it never left. To get your music directly from the artist now is an amazing thing, and to know that people are still buying CDs. Vinyl never left, you know what I mean?
When I saw you in Jersey at the NJ Pack for Lettucey, you were on stage 1 minute. I mean, you giving it up. And then as soon as you got off stage, right to the lobby you went.
Yeah, straight to the lobby. We had merch.
That was a whole nother hustle when you got out there. You were moving. You were doing it, man.
Yeah.
So that's all a part of what you're talking about.
And what was interesting about that was that to even get to me, you had to scan a QR code and do a questionnaire in conjunction with Gilead. And you got some really great information that day in terms of sexual health and statistics and all the things for us to be healthy out here, with our partners and more importantly, just know our status. So it was a combination of things that was happening that day. You know what I mean?
To get to you, they have to scan the QR code to get more information about what you're doing, and then they can get to you and talk to you about other things. That's a good move.
And then you got to all the other perks of the merch and the different things that we offered at the merch table, whether it's T-shirts, CDs, whatever it is.
That's a smart move, So this is how you've kind of taken your artistry and the business side, turning it into a whole nother direction because of where we are with social media and all the freedom platforms that you can grow your brand pretty much yourself.
Absolutely. I call it's like the fusion of artistry, business, and then I call it edutainment.
Oh, say that again. That's pretty cool. Say it again, Raheem.
Yeah, I call it edutainment. It's the art of edutainment. You know what I mean? Because you're educating from a business standpoint, you're educating from a health standpoint, from a community standpoint, and you still get to entertain as well. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's good, man.
That's the movement. That's what's important to me. And that's how we thrive and survive moving forward as artists, I feel like, too.
Fantastic. Now, once again, tell us about the new project, some tours that are in the workings, and how folks can get in contact with you. What do we need to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So the new project is called Quiet Storm Lover Tume Un on all digital platforms, excluding Spotify. I encourage you to use it as a sampler so you can check it out. You can stream it, but there's no greater reward right now for the artist than buying the art from the artist. So whether it's Apple Music and you hit the pay button or the buy button, you DM me directly. Just know if you get it from me directly, there's perks. You get access to exclusive vinyl, T-shirts, all the things, and the video for you on Vivo and YouTube. And my official YouTube channel is Raheem DeVaughn channel on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my channel.
You're on the air at WHUR. What time does the Quiet Storm start?
I'm on the air on 96.3 WHUR. There's a free app that you can download to join me on the Quiet Storm. Monday through Friday, I'm on the air from 7:30 to 12 midnight, right?
Right.
And just download the free 96.3 WHUR app on Android or the iPhone. And I'm on the air Monday through Friday from 7:30 to midnight. And you can also join me on Sirius XM, HUR Voices, channel 141. And that's on Saturday and Sunday nights from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight.
All right, my friend. You busy.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll be seeing you soon when you go back out on tour. When you going back out?
I go out on tour with Floetry and Tidra Moses. The tour starts on April 8th in Newark, New Jersey. Myself and Tidra Moses will be joining Floetry for the Say Yes tour.
We'll see you. We'll be there.
Yeah, they haven't been on the road together in probably like 10 years plus.
Long time.
So it's going to be an exciting time.
Long time.
A lot of cities, a lot of ground to cover. I'm looking forward to it.
Like you said, you're wearing all the hats. You're busy. Your advocacy is strong. Did you want to leave any information for folks to get in contact with you concerning your mental health advocacy?
For sure. Everything that I'm doing from mental health to the awareness as it relates to HIV, my partnership with Gilead, you can simply log on to Gilead.com to find out what I'm doing, in the fight against the HIV with my partner community, Gilead Sciences. And then also log on to Love Life Foundation, DMV.org. Once again, that's the Love Life Foundation, DMV.org to see everything else I'm doing in the mental health space, fighting domestic violence and all that other community work.
Congratulations on everything that you're doing,
Thank you so much.
We're going to see you on the road and we're going to hear you on the radio.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Love life.
This Raheem DeVaughn. Today is the Jeff Foxx Show Behind the Mic podcast. And thank you so much for checking out this episode of the Jeff Foxx Show Behind the Mic podcast. Now remember, my friends, you can check out the nationally syndicated Jeff Foxx radio show every day, bringing you the best in music, culture, and conversation. You can also stream us online. Just look for the Jeff Foxx Show affiliates and pick your station. You guys take care. We'll talk to you next time.
We got the vibe, we got the flow. Jeff Foxx, taking you behind the mic, keeping you in the know. Where the real stories are told. Where the truth and the soul unfold. Now you know it's the Jeff Foxx Show. Behind the Mic podcast.
You're listening to the 660 Extended Clip Podcast, hosted by the GOAT of the game, Hip Hop Gamer. I'm bringing you the fifth element of hip hop. We're merging gaming culture and entertainment with interviews from the culture's biggest stars and breaking news stories that you got to hear.
What we do for these families isn't just slapping paint, giving them a kitchen. They feel the love from the community that showed up. First off, the community shows up. We do this big reveal, where they get to walk up to the house and the whole community's there. And they're shocked that so many of their neighbors want to say thank you the way they do. And that's what we've got to start doing.
So tap in and hit that subscribe button and start listening to the 660 Extended Clip on all your favorite streaming podcast platforms today. And remember, character is your currency. Tune in. Peace.